998, 999, 1,000. Oh hey, Stephen Bradley from Grizzly Functional Training here, just knocking out 1,000 sit-ups a day. While my wife does all the breastfeeding, all the cleaning, all the nappy changes, all the cooking and cleaning around the house, I selfishly spend all my time doing 1,000 sit-ups a day. All for nothing, because that's all you're gonna get, doing 1,000 sit-ups a day. Follow me and we'll talk about why this is a terrible idea. But before we do that, jump down into the description, get your free copy of my ebook, Train Wherever the you want. Click the link, head over to grizzlyfunctional.com and try my free quiz. Which piece of gym equipment is best for you and your training goals? And of course, like and subscribe. So 1,000 sit-ups a day. As you can see, again, we've got a little bit of baby sick on the shoulder there, which maybe is another testament to why trying to do 1,000 sit-ups a day isn't a great idea. If you've got a baby at home that requires a lot of your time, and 1,000 sit-ups, it's going to take you somewhere in the vicinity of 5 or 6 hours, surely. Will 1,000 sit-ups a day give you a six-pack? No. 1,000 sit-ups a day will not give you a six-pack. All that 1,000 sit-ups a day is going to do is overwork your hip flexors and hurt your back. The rubbing alone will give you a nasty scrape on your lower back. Plus, tight hip flexors are going to pull at your lower back, compounding your lower back pain, which results in lower back pain squared. Will sit-ups help you get lean? No. No exercises will help you get lean, because getting lean happens in the kitchen. And I'll touch on that a little bit more in just a sec, so make sure you stick around until the end. But in the meantime, get yourself your free copy of my ebook, Train Wherever the you want. So now that I've explained why this won't give you a six-pack, how will you get a six-pack? First of all, genetics. Genetics determines how your abdomen splits. It doesn't matter what exercises you do, you have a predetermined split in your abdomen. You either have a 4-pack, a 6-pack, an 8-pack, a 12-pack. Other thing, hypertrophy. What sit-ups and crunches will do is fatigue and tear your muscles, just like curls do for your biceps. So when you let them recover, they grow back bigger and stronger. So on that note, sit-ups will help you get bigger abs. But if you have too much body fat, it doesn't matter how big they are. And diet. So now the part about getting lean happening in the kitchen. If you want your abs to show, you need to be lean. You need to have a little amount of body fat. The only way to do this is by eating in a calorie deficit. Eating 200 to 300 calories below your maintenance calories will ensure that you lose a little bit of weight every week. And if you are getting enough protein in your diet, this will ensure that the muscle will stay while the fat burns away. All right, let's go a bit more into problems with 1,000 sit-ups a day and why you shouldn't do them. If you've seen any of my 30-day challenges, you will know I'm not a big fan of doing the same exercise every day. And 1,000 reps isn't a great idea either. I do them from time to time, but more to show you guys why you shouldn't. One of my first videos I put up on YouTube is me doing 1,000 push-ups a day. And I know this sounds a little bit hypocritical, but the reason I did 1,000 sit-ups a day is because I was trying to prove a point. And the point is along a similar subject here. I get a lot of people ask me, how do you get abs? How many sit-ups should I do to get abs? And I tell them all the time, you're better off doing push-ups, because a push-up is basically a plank which works all your other muscles as well. I tell them if you do 100 push-ups a day, you're doing a lot more beneficial work for your core than doing 100 sit-ups. Sit-ups are only targeting the abs at the front, whereas push-ups are targeting your whole core. When I tell them to do 100 push-ups a day, they all complain, saying that's ridiculous. How am I supposed to do 100 push-ups a day? And I say, well, if you split it up into groups of 10 or 20, spread it throughout the day, there's your 100 push-ups. They still complain. So I decided to do 1,000 push-ups in one day, just to show that doing 100 isn't that unreasonable. But generally speaking, doing 1,000 reps of a exercise is going to lead to injury. And doing the same exercise every day leads to injury. Every time I've done a 30-day challenge, I put rest days in between. I did the 30 days of calf raises and the 30 days of bicep curls in the same span. I did them on alternating days. So the days I was training my biceps, my calves were getting getting a rest. If you don't let your muscles rest, they're not going to grow, because exercising is literally tearing the muscles and they need time to stitch back up. The solution. So instead of thinking about doing 1,000 sit-ups a day every day for blah, 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 why don't you try incorporating core into all of your workouts? One way you can do this is by doing big compound exercises, because a compound exercise, an exercise that requires more than one joint, uses all the muscles around that, and typically require a lot of core work. Think back squats. Back squats instead of the leg press machine, because back squats, you're wobbling all over the show. Your core's working, your stabilizers are working. Another way you can do this is with single arm movements, like a single arm overhead lunge is gonna force your stabilizers to work. You can do exercises like I mentioned before, like push-ups, pull-ups. A lot of these body weight movements require you to keep your core nice and tight, nice and hard, so your core is working. Planks, hollow holds, hanging knee raises, exercises like this are much more beneficial for your core than just doing sit-ups or crunches. Your core is made up of 4 major muscle groups, and your six-pack is just the most superficial of all of those, the muscle right at the front. So if you're just targeting your six-pack, all you're doing is overworking an area, which leads to weaknesses in other areas. You wouldn't go to the gym and just do bicep curls thinking you're going to get bigger arms, because we all know that our arm also has our triceps and our shoulders, our forearms, everything. There's more than just your biceps there. So don't treat your core the same. Don't just target your abs with movements like crunches. They are okay, they do have their place, but sit-ups alone is not a core workout. Alright, I hope you found this video useful and interesting. Make sure you head down into the description and get your free copy of my ebook, Train Wherever the you want. Have a crack at my quiz over at grizzlyfunctional.com. Find out which piece of gym equipment is best for you, and flick me a little comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're unsure of. Let me know if you challenge the idea and you think doing 1,000 sit-ups a day is a great idea. I'm welcome to hearing the opinion of idiots. All right, thanks a lot. See you on the next one.